Morgan, I'm so happy that you're actually liking your new job, and I'm sorry that you have to get up ridiculously late to do these vlogs for us, but we still appreciate them very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm hoping this direct cam response is going to get to you because it's bugging ever since whenever for the past 2 months. It either goes or doesn't, and if it doesn't, I'm going to be so PO'd. Okay. Before I forget, food theme. Since you are musically inclined and you enjoy music, I don't know if you love blues. I suggest a blues cooking special. The reason why I'm saying this is because with blues parties, there's usually oodles of comfort food, and it could be anything from your mom's homemade oven baked macaroni and hamburger, as it could be a lasagna, as it could be anything that's deemed comfort food. Um, Unfortunately, where I read this was Blues for Dummies. Don't laugh. It actually is worth it. I recommend that book for anyone who wants to get into blues. The same for Blues for Dummies for Jazz. But I don't have the money and I can't take the time to actually find the book. Cry, cry, tear, tear. That said, jobs. Where do I start? My first job was actually working as a provincial summer tourist counselor for the province of New Brunswick's tourism industry in the St. Leonard Covered Bridge tourism stop. That was for 3 summers. After that, it was working in the interim of studying my 2 years of university and 2 years of college until I found what I was actually looking for. I worked as a library assistant slash technician, although I didn't do any repairs for books. I did assist in classing the books, stocking the books, although most of the manual labor, moving the books from shelf to shelf, making more room, moving volumes downstairs, upstairs, sideways, slantwise, you name it, using either a bellboy, small elevator just for what they had, or by hand. That was a university and college job, so 4 years of that, part time. After that, I was unemployed for a year and a half, trying to find a job in my environmental field, which I failed miserably at because they needed 2 years and a half of experience, and I was lucky I had 6 months under my belt. Under my practicum and as an extended work leave, I did work for the province of New Brunswick's Environmental Inspection Agency as an inspector and enforcement officer for the Clean Water Act, the Clean Air Act, and the Clean Environment Act, along with an Unsightly Premises Act. Um, Along with that, after that, I had brief stints in working as a chapters employee in the books that I loved so much, and it's a pity they didn't pay as much as I would have liked to be able to pay my bills. I would have stayed there for life, but I stayed there for a year. I then worked at the Francophonie Summit for a period of a full weekend as a chaperone for the French medias that were staying in Moncton at the time from worldwide accolades: France, Guinea-Bissau, Congo. I'm trying to think of all the other countries, and it was a challenge, but a fun challenge nonetheless. Um, Along with that, because of that job, I actually gained my current employment with the transportation industry that competes with FedEx, DHL, UPS, Supply Chain Solutions, and other companies of the similar courier nature. And I actually have been there for 10 years. I'm going on 11. I don't plan on leaving anytime soon because I love my job. It gives me a chance to speak with people from all walks of life, from all nationalities that are currently Canadian, visiting Canadians, families, you name it. That's why I'm still there. I've had other jobs that were popping in and out. I worked as a media monitoring agent. That didn't work out well. I lasted 9 months and then they fired my ass, but gave me a 4-week severance. I still don't know what I did. They just said it's not working out, and I cried like a baby girl, and I left. Trust me, there's nothing worse than losing a job you really, really, really love, because it's the last thing in the world that you're expecting. And I also had two brief stints somewhere along those years in the L'Imprimerie Madawaska for our local newspaper up in Madawaska County, and printing various jobs, cards, business cards, you name it. And working for L'Imprimerie Moderne, which was another print press up north in Clare, or was it Saint Francois? I think it's Saint Francois. And that was a summer thing, just 3 months before I finally moved on, learned multimedia, interactive design. And here I am in customer service and loving it every second. I'm not getting paid peanuts as people here would like to be paying us. Unfortunately, professionals don't always get the proper pay. And that said, I would like to participate in that lip dub of yours, but I'm sorry. I've tried everything and it just comes out nasty, so I'll leave it to the other people that have more gumption and more willingness to finish the project. I'm more interested in just giving you this response and hoping that you have a wonderful week, Morgan. Thank you so very much for sharing everything with us. And Java, did you say Cup of Joe? Well, I say Java, 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 Java. And I'm sure that as a barista, you make them. In fact, all Starbucks baristas have my high opinion of them. Anybody who works in a coffee shop tends to come out of it learning the tricks of the trade to make good coffee. And if they don't, they're lost. That said, I go back to what I was saying. Have a nice one.